I can't believe you ran out that quickly. That's amazing.
Yeah, I wish I was exaggerating. My dad was out front cutting more with a saw. It got very busy. We felt, we were like, yeah, we did not realize that it was going to be that popular.
Where do you find a family of communities connected by the storied Mississippi River, where young explorers and dreamers, investors and entrepreneurs thrive? Where can you connect with real people living and creating in a place that's as genuine as it is quirky? QC. That's where.
Welcome to QC That's Where. I'm Katrina, your host, and today I'm so excited to be talking to Christina, the owner of Board and Brush Quad Cities. Super cool shop with workshops. I'm going to have you, Christina, just go ahead and talk about what Board and Brush is and how you guys got started.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on. We're a DIY creative studio, so we do a lot of paint and sip workshops. Most of them entail a wood component, but we also do doormats and we do bags and different things. We're located right behind Barrel House and Biaggi's on Utica Ridge Road, so right at Utica Ridge and 53rd, and we've been there about a year. And we really came to be because I visited a board and brush myself with my mom. We visited the board and brush in Dubuque, and we thought, it was really fun. We had a great time. My husband and I are big DIYers ourselves. We've done a lot of home renovations. We built a gazebo on our property. We just love that type of thing. I kind of was raised doing that. So also great to have my dad. He's a super help with board and brush. But we decided to open our own. And again, we've been there for a year and we've really had a great time. We've been really busy. This is our busy season. We have a lot of people in for workshops and it's kind of like a party. So we serve beer and wine. We've got music playing, music videos on. It's definitely a 3-hour escape for a lot of people to kind of get away and do something fun and escape the everyday, rigmarole. So
I had the pleasure of coming in, I think very early on. You might have been opened 2 weeks, and we came in, did a little interview with you and Brooks, and just kind of got to see the whole process from the outside looking in. So like 1 year later from starting to being like fully established in the Quad Cities at your location, what has evolved for you guys?
yeah, we've definitely learned a lot. We've definitely mastered little just tips and tricks that I don't even know that customers would notice, but we've definitely, gotten more receptive to what really works. Workshop scheduling. So all of our workshops, you actually go out to our calendar and then you register for a public workshop. And then we also do private events as well that you'd reach out to us to schedule, but just working on getting, events that people really want to do. Definitely customer feedback is really important for us. And yeah, we made a lot of friends too. We have, regulars that are in there every couple weeks and they're once a month, once a quarter, and they really love it. And we love, having those people in. We love having new people in that have never come in. We've done, a lot of bachelorette parties, team building events, kids' birthday parties is something we kind of entered into, which is super fun. And we've really enjoyed doing all of that. So there's always a learning experience. There's always a little bit to learn every time. Every workshop, you learn something new. I almost think for everybody. But yeah, it's been a great experience. And you can check out our Facebook page at Board and Brush Quad Cities. You can see all of the projects that people create in our studio. We post after every workshop, so you can see, people's projects turn out awesome. So that's what we're about: is good customer service and making sure that everyone really has a fun time. That would be our number one goal in every workshop.
So Board and Brush is a franchise, correct?
Yes.
So like
Yes.
having your own location in the Quad Cities, do you guys have the freedom and flexibility to take on new types of events? Like you said, you entered into kids' birthday parties, which was kind of
Yeah.
a new awakening. Like what kinds of things are you able to expand to?
Yeah, so we have a lot of autonomy. It's really, we're local here. My husband and I were both, born here, raised here, went to the University of Iowa, and are growing our family here. And so, we have a lot of autonomy to kind of, make it what we want. The nice part about the franchise system is that we have a lot of, connections across the country. Up in Heartland, Wisconsin is where Board and Brush was founded. We get to pump out 20 new designs to you guys every single month. And so that's something we wouldn't have the capacity to do on our own. So there's definitely a lot of benefit to that. But they give us a lot of autonomy, and they're definitely a family run organization as well as we are. You'll see my dad in there. We've got, other family members in there helping, and it's definitely a family run business, and we kind of make it our own. But yeah, we've expanded to kids parties. We're doing a few more walk-in events. We do snowmen, and we just did pumpkins. That was a fun one, $5 for those. That was really busy. So we like to offer as much as we can, and continue to evolve. We're always trying to think of something new, put something new on the calendar. We did cookbook stands this year, so like Christmas cookbook stands we've added. We do a lot of collaborations too. We've done florals for Valentine's Day and Mother's Day, and then we're doing Christmas cookie decorating class with a little trays, Christmas cookie trays this winter. And we're always looking to do, work with other small businesses in the Quad Cities and bring new events, something with a twist and something fun that customers would really enjoy. So
when you say DIY, like, I think there's two types of people that like really jump at it and they're like, yes, I'm a DIY person. And then the other half that's like, whoa, I'm going to mess this up. Right. So
yeah.
I'm sure you get a little bit of both. Like, how do you instruct people who are really not comfortable in that space? And like, do you have any fun stories of people who, maybe came in uncomfortable and did a rock star job, or left with something totally different?
Yeah, no, that's a great question and point. So we have customers that they own a Cricut, they do DIY, they do stencils, they know what the word transfer tape means, and that's awesome. We love those type of customers. We also have customers who come in and say, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't like crafting. I'm here for the bride. I don't, we've had a few people have no idea, and that's totally fine. That's what we're there for. We use stencils. So you don't have to have some super, artistic ability or be a big crafter. It's really, my 5-year-old niece does this and she has a blast. So really, I do think whether you're 5 or 95, you could accomplish this. And my husband or I are typically, we thus far have been, running the workshops, and we've added on a few employees to help just because our schedule is getting so busy. But, we've got some great employees who have worked at other board and brushes, or are, younger or older or whoever it is, but really enjoyed it and done this a few times and have really good experience with it. But I would say our employees really make the experience worth it. And we know the tips and tricks. We've done it for a year. We've seen over 1,000 customers. We've done hundreds of signs ourselves. So yeah, we've got your back. I would say in the studio, that's the main thing. And everything's fixable. That's kind of my motto in life and at Board and Brush. We're not doing, life-saving surgeries here. We're making projects and DIY. And sometimes DIY is a, DI don't. You accidentally do the wrong thing. And we can always grab another piece of wood, grab new stain, grab new paint color, sand something down. It's always able to fix something. So I would say nothing you're going to do is going to be life or death at Board and Brush. And we're always, happy to make sure it works out. We say we always want to make sure it's wall worthy. So our goal is like, you're not going to shove this in a closet. You're not going to throw it in the trash. We want you to give it as a gift or put it on your wall. And there's definitely some people who are more perfectionists, and some people are like, I like the imperfection of it. So we'll definitely cater to, our customer base and what they want. And we just want to make sure they like it at the end. Our goal is to make sure you like it and want to, had a good time and a good experience. So it's a little two-part there, the experience and then the project. So
something that you're proud to display, whatever that looks like for the
yeah.
So being a creative studio, you guys are in kind of a unique space because it's not like people can just come mosey on in like accidentally, right? Like when people come as customers, it's a scheduled workshop event. So how do you advertise yourselves? How do you get the word out when you've got an event coming? I know you guys use our events calendar. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so 95% of our workshops, you're right, they require pre-registration. You'll go online, and on our calendar, you'll pick the project and the workshop you want to do, and you'll register. We really like to utilize your calendar. It's really great for us to pop an event on there, just so people can access that and see what we're doing. We've used some social media marketing. I think word of mouth is really big for us. Just even like organic reach within our followers on, Facebook or Instagram, the people who follow us, they'll share their post with a friend. But I would say definitely like on a lot of it's word of mouth. If someone, wants to do an event and they'll talk to a friend at work and say, hey, have you heard of this board and brush? And that's how we get a lot of, returning customers, is someone who came with somebody else and had a great time. And then they bring somebody else. And that's really how I think we've been successful. But I do like to utilize your calendar. We've done some a little print advertising before. We've done, some outreach just in the community. We've dropped bags off. We've definitely hustled and done some, boots on the ground there. I've knocked some doors almost, if you will, and kind of cold calling that way to just get our name out there. And that was definitely half the battle last year. I'd say this year we're getting a lot of interest in trying to make sure we can accommodate every single group that wants to come in, and we definitely do that.
So would you say that word of mouth has been the largest driver of like new and return customers?
I think so. I think if people have a good experience, I think you go out to Google and we've got a lot of good Google reviews and Facebook reviews and people saying this is something they like. I prefer the organic outreach. I just think that's, the organic reach, I think that's important. I think that would be our biggest. It's hard to gauge all the metrics. We like to ask people, how did you hear of us? We have had people say, I was out, on your calendar, I Googled it, or, use these different means to find us. But I think word of mouth is definitely important. We did have someone call, I think a couple days ago, and this was one of the first time I've actually heard someone say this. And she said, my mom was in my house and she saw I changed something out in the wall. I had your sign up, and she asked what it was, where did I get it? And, she told her that she made it. And she said, where did you make that? And now they're coming in together, a mother-daughter group. The mom wants to do it now. So they're going to do that before Christmas together. So we've heard that a little bit, but I think definitely, people having a good experience somewhere would definitely help. So
that's awesome. I think like one of our pushes of messaging here at like Visit Quad Cities is just talking about the experience you have, whether it's, at a studio like Board and Brush, or if it's at a museum you like, or if it's like an asset, walking along the Mississippi River, whatever. Like, that's something that we're really trying to push, is just the more that we talk about what we like here and what we do and, what makes us tick, the more we can like successfully spread the word, the word of what the Quad Cities is, what things we have, like, like your creative studio. It's the braggability factor that like the Quad Cities does have so much to offer in so many different aspects, like, arts and culture, creative, Quad City Arts. There's a QC Art Trail that we put on where we can, lead people around the Quad Cities to show our murals and standing sculptures and places to see art, places to do art like Board and Brush or buttercup candles where you can actually make and take your own. So there's so much to brag about, and that's something that we're always trying to push. There was a stat, and the number escapes me, but there was a stat that said, people who hadn't been to the Quad Cities had, no perception of what we were. And then after they left, it was a positive perception. So just trying to get that, just that friendly word of mouth push about our area. And so you guys are definitely doing a lot of light work on that, just by being here and having a positive experience for so many people. How many people would you say you've seen in the last year, you said?
Over 1,000 for
Yeah.
sure. I'd say we see, over 1,200, over 100 a month. But it varies. This is our busy season, so we're seeing, way more than that. But I think without, just off the top of my head, I'd say we've seen, 1,200 in the last year, plus a little bit.
It's honestly so impressive, because now think about it, going into your second year, all those people know about you, and all those people have something that they made and took away from Board and Brush that they're hopefully displaying somewhere or gave to somebody. It's really just gonna grow. It's really cool. So do you guys have plans to expand down the line? Like, what's your 5-10 years look like? And I know that's a horrible question because nobody knows what they're doing tomorrow, but if you had,
Yeah. I mean, we would love to stay here. We do like to, be that entertainment source for people here. This is definitely something fun for people to do and kind of get out and do something a little different. You can still get a drink, you can still listen to music, you can go to the bars after, eat dinner before, bring dinner to Board and Brush. It's definitely
nice.
something fun to do. So we'd like to stay here, as long as people would have us. I think the location we're at is very critical to our success. That was something I wanted to make sure we were in a more central location. We want to serve, not just one of the cities in the Quad Cities. And we live, more rural even. So we want to make sure even people in Eldridge and DeWitt, and whether it's, more like Bluegrass, we want those people to definitely come and be able, to come out here in Milan. And we have people from all over. So we want to serve, the Quad City areas and surrounding areas, Geneseo, Clinton. And we do have a lot of people from those areas come as well. And so I think the location is very central and that's important. So I think we would definitely stay here. I definitely, hopefully we can continue to expand and, we love to be able to, have more employees on board when we, are reaching our capacity, which we are right now. We're kind of realizing that we definitely need to continue to grow. And, we're growing at a very good pace. I would say it's a very comfortable pace. And it's been really good. So I would say, hopefully we continue to be successful and get to maybe to expand in other areas. And we've definitely done some different things. We do Board and Brush brought to you now, so we can bring Board and Brush to you. We've done several events at a couple of schools. We have one at JFK this Friday. We're doing one at Augustana College for a fraternity for their mothers. The mothers are coming for the fraternity. We're doing an event with them. We've done DeWitt farmers markets and a few other markets. So we want to continue to expand, and Board and Brush brought to you is definitely a way we can reach other communities or just larger groups. We had a really big group with John Deere we've done at TBK. So we want to continue to do that as well, and always evolve and expand and grow who we can work with. So
Of the projects that you offer, do you have a personal favorite that you like to instruct or like that you like to just do?
I definitely am. I like the trays. We do a lot of trays. I have a lot of trays around our house, like coffee table trays and just even centerpieces I'll put on the dining room table for holidays. So I really like those. I like the ones that are personalized with a name or something. That's the first project I did. Was like a monogram with our last name and wedding date. We're getting married that year, so I did that. I thought that was really special. I did that with my mom, and that was kind of cool to be able to keep that. And we wrote, the date we did it on the back, and that was just kind of a nice memory to have. So I think being able to make memories with it is really cool with, certain people. I think that's what we like aim to do is bring families together and friends that maybe don't get to see each other enough and get to do something kind of special like that. So we definitely like to do, groups that get together, and sometimes it's really happy. It's usually happy events. Sometimes it's, more sad in honor of someone they've lost, and we can still be with them and they can get together. And that's a really cool time too. But a lot of, we do a lot of bachelorette parties, and we do a lot of bridal events, and we do a lot of birthdays and anniversaries and things like that. And we like to get people together to have a good time. So I'd say those are the most fun to instruct. And then I like the trays lately. I like a lot of our planter boxes. I think those are kind of different and fun, and got clocks and shelves and a lot of different projects. So if you don't want to sign, we have got doormats. We do a lot of different fun kind of specialty workshops too.
Do you have is there like a fan favorite, one that you keep recurring because it's very popular?
Yeah, we'll post that every year. So the top 4 projects picked. I know one of them was a welcome sign. It was one of our new. We had a new release, and then one was a holiday sign last year, and I'm not sure this year, but we'll go through and we can kind of categorize and figure out what the top projects were that were picked, and we'll post that. So that's kind of cool to see. But we have over 1,000 designs, so there's a lot of workshops where nobody picks the same thing. And then sometimes there's workshops where 2 or 3 people pick the same project and they turn out completely different because we've got 70 paint colors and 9 stains and different paint techniques that people use to really make it their own.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, it's fun.
And do you guys ever like just close the doors and bring in your own friends and own family? Like, do you utilize it for your own, family events and stuff?
Yeah, we do. I wish we did a little more. I think we're tired a lot. We're spending a lot of time. I feel like a lot of people are like, you don't have more of these in your house. And we have a good, I counted the other day, we had like 6 or 7. So I said, that's pretty good. But we do have times where I'll go in there with my mom and we'll make something, or we want to do a little Christmas family get together and things like that. But a lot of times when we're making things for customers. We're making things, new seasonal projects. So you guys can see our new releases, new things for the walls. There's a lot of that goes on, especially during this busy season.
What workshops do you have coming up seasonally? We're coming up on Thanksgiving, we're coming up on Christmas, New Year, holidays.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah, so we have our cookbook stand workshop. That one's a specialty workshop. They're $40. That one's in November, so definitely check out our calendar for that one. That one's starting to fill up. We have added, this is a new thing we've added since we've been open a year. We've added bonus signs to all our workshops. So you pick a project you want to do in our Pick Your Project workshop, and then you're able to add a bonus sign, which is a smaller project for $15. And you can add those to any Pick Your Project workshops. And we've had a lot of free bonus sign workshops, and those have sold out. I think we have one left in December, but we'll continue to do those monthly for people. People really like the free bonus signs, so we will continue to do that. That's a fun one. We've got a cookie decorating class in December. That'll be really fun. And we have ornament classes too, and those are family friendly. Those are really fun too. It's a set of 5 ornaments, and we have a ton of different design options for those. And then we've got our little snowmen. I wish I had an example, but they're really cute. That's a walk-in event. It's $5. I think it'll be very busy. I would say come to the second session. They sold us out of pumpkins in about 10 minutes. We had 100 and almost 40 pumpkins, and we got sold out of those back in October in about 10 to 15 minutes. Those were all gone. So we've made plenty of snowmen. We've opened up 2 sessions for our walk-in snowman event, and we'll be ready for the crowds to come for that one. That one's going to be a fun, busy day.
That's awesome. I can't believe you ran out that quickly. That's amazing.
Yeah, I wish I was exaggerating. My dad was out front cutting more with a saw. It got very busy. We felt, we were like, yeah, we did not realize that it was going to be that popular. So
Shout out to the dads and the family members and the helpers. Like when something like that happens, like, okay, this went better than expected. Now you got to go do some manual labor and make.
Yeah. My dad is great. He's been like the superhero of it all. He's great. He helps us do a lot of the builds, and he's helped a lot, especially. He's very good at that, and he really steps in when he needs to. And Brooke's mom has been awesome. We told her we ran out of glue for these pumpkins. I mean, we thought 120 was enough, and it was not. So or 140, we ended up having 20 more. But yeah, it was crazy. So we definitely appreciate all of the family that has stepped in when we need it.
You said something earlier that kind of resonated. So, you said anytime you can bring together people to make a memory, not just a positive experience, but like something that they will physically take away and something that they'll remember doing.
Yeah.
I love that you guys do, not only just happy occasions and celebrations, but events that you can, come together and in memory of somebody or in honor of somebody, that can be so beautiful. And I wouldn't have thought of that. Normally when you're doing like a workshop get together event, it's some kind of, celebratory, but it can really span a huge list of meanings and purposes.
Yeah, I think that's true. And it's important. Family is very important to Brooks, my husband. He also owns Board and Brush with me and to me as well. And so it's really important for us when we found Board and Brush. It really fit what we like and how we live our lives and what we enjoy to do. And we said, this is a really cool business because this is very fun and it really can allow people to get together. And it is really a 2-part business. It really is the experience people have. And a lot of times it's just like, some people are not there for the project, and that's okay. It's to get together with their friend they haven't really seen in a year. And then again, for some people, it is only about the project and they're coming by themselves because they saw the new release and they need that Christmas sign, and that's totally fine. And that's 3 hours for them to step away from whatever else they have going on, and they want to do that, and that works too. So we've got a total spectrum of interest, and we definitely serve all our customers and want them to have the best experience. And we kind of have that bar set of our board and brush experience. And whether you spend $5 at a walk-in event one time or you've spent $500 with us, we want you to have that board and brush experience, and that's definitely really important to us.
When you have your open workshops, do you ever have people who come in as strangers and leave as friends, or one mentor?
Yeah, I think we have. And again, typically our workshops do require pre-registration. I'd say like 95%, but we do have these walk-in events, and it'll say walk-in on our calendar. And we do have had people, and we've, never met them before, and they'll come back. Or you'll have someone who came in with a team building event and they weren't really sure about this. And then or they're having their kid's birthday there and they want to have a girls' night there and their book club there. And it kind of just grows like that. So that's why I think the organic reach and the word of mouth is really so important.
So I have to tout again, like, so glad that you guys use it. I want to extend my message to business owners to, let you all know, visit quadcities.com/events calendar. It is user generated. It's free. We don't charge anybody to use it. Pop in your event name, description, any information about it. And the cool thing about our events calendar is it's the #1 clicked page on our website. It's dual purpose serving, because not only does it get people to our site to, they Google something, what's going on in the Quad Cities, they land on our site, they have the opportunity to see all the events going on, do a search, based on their interest or dates they have available, but also, they can pop around and learn more about the Quad Cities, which just helps everybody. And then right back, it is, like I said, a free way for people to get eyes on their events. And so it's just a comprehensive, it's the community calendar. And I'm just so thrilled that you guys have made use of it and hopefully have gotten some turnaround from it too.
Oh, I think we definitely have. We have had a couple people, I think especially people that are visiting the Quad Cities. I mean, I understand visit Quad Cities, but they really do. People that are coming here looking for something to do. I think I've promoted events on it since I found it. I've done it every month. I try to put all of our events on there, or majority of them, so people, have access to it. And I do think for other business owners, I think it's a great way to get, eyes on what you're doing, and really showcase the things you're offering in the Quad Cities. And it's nice when I'm out there, because I'll look and then I'll say, I didn't know this was happening this week, or say a music concert I didn't know about. So like, I find things now that I probably didn't before I owned Board and Brush. I wasn't looking at it as much, and I've found events that we've gone and done, or whether it's a trivia night or we've done a few concerts and things we've gone to, and it's a nice resource.
Yeah. And we challenge anyone who's ever in their life said, oh, there's nothing to do in the Quad Cities, go to that events calendar, because we will prove you wrong with multiple things daily. We have over 1,000 events in the Quad Cities every year. I mean, there's no match for this area, and we're just so proud to be able to help host that resource where people can find out what's going on. And thank you for being part of it.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you guys having it, and it's definitely, for a new business like us, it was a great resource to find. And I said, I was really excited to utilize it, and we'll continue to utilize it as long as you guys have it out there, because it is a good resource.
Definitely not going anywhere. So thank you for that. Yeah. And so I think it is time, Christina, for us to have you fill in the blank. QC, that's where
home is. That's where home is for us.
I love it. And that needs to be on a board or a tray or a sign.
Right. I love that. We could do that. I think we could do that.
We'll have to come and do a visit Quad Cities where I staff about a dozen. So we should come in sometime and do a team building exercise. Make some things for our office here.
Yeah, we'd love to have you guys.
Well, thank you so much, Christina. Please tell everybody where they can find you on social media and how to register for an event.
Yeah, so it would be if I can even speak, Board and Brush Quad Cities. That's how you can find us on Facebook. And then you can find us at boardandbrush.com. So you can just Google us. You can just put us in the search bar. We'll pop up. But we're on Facebook and Instagram, Board and Brush Quad Cities. And we'd love to have you guys like us, follow us, check us out, see what we're doing on our calendar, and sign up for a workshop.
Thanks for listening to QC, That's Where, a podcast powered by Visit Quad Cities. Text Visit QC to 38314 for insider events, activities, and updates sent straight to your phone. That's VISITQC, one word, to 38314. Message and data rates may apply.